All right, folks, you see I've got classic grid zone sitting out here. So in my previous grid zone news desk video, which I think was 5 or 6 weeks ago now, I was talking about the first month of the season. I showed you the standings, and I talked about how I would use classic grid zone for inclement weather games and turf war as kind of the base game most of the time. As it turns out, in week 5, our game of the week features first place Denver with a 3-1 record versus Orlando 2-2. Denver is on the road, and it was an inclement weather game. So let's play a little classic grid zone and log an official game in my AGL Season 1. All right, I'm a little rusty at this. I haven't played in a while. So let's see, we got Orlando being the home team, getting the ball first. We're going to start this off by flipping a card, seeing who our key player is. So it's Xavier Tompkins, number 21 here. And he is going to subtract on this play. As a defensive player, subtracts his rating, whatever that is. Okay, power factors are both 4. That's not an issue. So this die is only going to matter on a 6. And then our play calls are 6 and 5 on the normal row. So it's X versus either pass or, pass or deep. There is no deep defense, so it's pass. So this is an XP matchup right here on this chart. So X is as dictated by the offense is going to take Xavier Tompkins' X rating, which is 1, and it's going to subtract 1 from that die roll, and we end up with a 4 pass complete, 1 point. Receiver stumbles ahead. So Tompkins was there in time, but he couldn't quite stop them from moving forward. So the question is, who makes that catch? Now, I like to do this sort of intuitively sometimes. You can roll for it, you can flip for, or roll, you can flip for a random player or whatever. But since Tompkins was the guy, the key player on the play, then I'm going to assign that 1 point gain to George Johnston, who lines up across from him. All right, so Johnston, by the way, is the number 3 receiver in the league at the moment. We have 2 of the top 3 receivers in the league so far. Okay, I want to go ahead and write down Zach Hardy here and Titus Deming for Orlando. And their running back, their primary running back is Flowers, Zavon Flowers. And I'll fill Denver out here in a little bit. Okay, so there we have a 1-zone game to get this thing started. Orlando continues their drive. It's going to be Tompkins again. What's the play? It's going to be an event chart 8. Gain of 1 on a savage collision. 2 random players stunned on each side. Credit the gain to the stun player if applicable. All right, so gain of 1, big collision. Who are the 2 random players? On the offensive side, it is going to be Zavon Flowers. So I'm going to give him a credit of 1 on that game. And then on the defensive side, he ran into linebacker number 58, Damian Irvin. And let's put these guys down for stuns. So Irvin is the visiting star, second star, and Flowers down here is the second diamond. All right. Okay, so the third series on this drive is going to feature Eric Fitz as the key player. It's going to be run versus pass. And he is not going to add or subtract anything to this play. He could only add. Let's see. So, run versus pass. That's a pretty good matchup tactically. Is the runner a run 3? So, that brings up the question, who is the runner on this play? If it's Zavon Flowers, well, he's a 0 at the moment. And it is Zavon Flowers. So, run 3, that criteria on the chart is not met. Therefore, this is only a gain of 2 instead of a gain of 4. Had he been sharp, he could have really picked up some yardage there. So Orlando now, 40 yards upfield, going to the 4th series. Zavon Flowers, hope he doesn't get stunned again because he'll be injured then, won't he? Oh, I don't need to flip another one. So, like I said, I'm a little rusty at this. Play call is 1 and 2, run versus pass. Run and pass. So, kind of makes sense that Zavon Flowers would be involved. He's a 0 at the moment. Ooh, there's a really good roll, though. Maxed it out. He's going to get a 5-point gain. On instinct, he cuts back, jukes the whole defense, does something totally unexpected, and he takes off down the sideline, and he's going to make it all the way down into the red zone, if you will, into zone 9. So they're knocking on the doorstep. And Zavon Flowers, stunned or not, hobbled or not, if you will, is still doing some damage. All right, that's kind of fun. Defensive star player pops up here for this next play. DeAndre Hodges. It is X versus R. We'll look at Hodges' X value is 0. Well, wouldn't you know it? He's a really good player, but that's his one weak area. So, the star player has no impact on this play. Oh boy, and that's going to be a touchdown, isn't it? XR. That pass is complete. It could have been a fairly long pass, actually, but in this case, they don't need it. And over-the-shoulder catch over the top of DeAndre Hodges as he was trying to bat that thing down or whatever. It's a 1-zone gain. I'm going to circle that. It's a touchdown. And Orlando now at home has made a statement against first place Denver. It is 14-0. That ends the drive, and these 2 stuns are removed. Now Denver gets a chance to answer, and they've got the league's top receiver in Jalen Church. So here we have Denver. Fill these out. We have Church and Shepard receiving. And we've got Ingram and Dyer in the backfield. Off we go. Key player, offensive, Bryson Parrish. Pretty studly center here anchoring this line. And it is going to be X versus X. He's going to add 3 to this play. Seven is the final result. 1-point gain as the runner is upended and we have a player stunned. The random player. Actually, I shouldn't assume he's stunned. I need to roll and see. This is a man down scenario. So, as indicated by the burst symbol. So, yes, he is just stunned. And I did flip that, didn't I? Yeah. So I flipped that, and the random player is Huey Shepard. Gets a stun token for the moment. So the home diamond. There we go. That's the visiting offensive diamond, the home diamond. There we go. All right. Huey Shepard. You know what I'm going to do? I just remembered. I'm doing this from out of habit of playing the old game, but with the new game, with this man down procedure that we have now, you can just put the stun tokens right on the sheets because they're going to be cleared off between drives anyway. So that makes it really easy. All right. So yeah, the only time you really need to use that grid is when you put an injury token out there. Now, that was an XX play, and on an X play, I'm going to look over here and see who gets credit for it. It is Shepard, so the guy that was stunned on the play gets credit for the gain. Makes sense. All right, defensive key player, David Wade. You don't want to run against this guy. That's his strength. 2 and 4. So the offense has a choice between run or X. What did I just say? If you're looking across the line, you see that David Wade is ready for you. Don't run. Go with the X. So the offense chooses X. 4 is going to be P or X for the defense. And they're going to match up. They're going to go X versus X. They're going to fight fire with fire in a fairly literal sense here. So we go to the XX chart right here. And David Wade's modifier, in this case, is 0. So straight up die roll. Ooh, look at this. David Wade reads the play. He's in there for a sack and a 1-point loss. Denver is backed into the 0 zone as the quarterback. Lance Ingram was blindsided by David Wade. -1 and the sacks on that XX matchup. My goodness. Big play for David Wade. I'm going to give him, go down here to his position, his defensive position. I'm going to give him an impact point for that 1-point loss. Okay. Denver held to 0. It is 14-0 as Orlando gets the ball back. First series. Ooh, the offense has a choice here. Well, what do you say we go with Zach Hardy, because he's got 3-2-2 across the board. So that's going to be a good modifier on any play. 5 versus 6, pass versus X. So that's going to be +3 on this. Pass X. Ooh, 14. When you add it all up. All right. This is quarterback's X level 2 or 3. Well, we know it is. It's a 2. So therefore, it is complete for 6 points on a perfect pass. Wow. And we are going to, in this case, we didn't have any kind of matchup that would indicate who caught that. So I'll use the reception table down here. 1, 2, or 3 is George Johnston, and he is off to the races here. 7 points receiving, over 70 yards receiving at this point. Early in the game. Denver is not looking good here. They're not ready for this. All right, Johnny Hutchinson is our key player for the next highlight. 2-2 is pass versus pass. -1 will be the modifier. 11. Boy, Orlando's getting some good rolls here. Complete for 3 points, shakes the defender on a hook play. And a defender is also down on this play. I'm going to go ahead and roll for the reception as Johnston again. That gets him to 100 yards already. And again, they are on the doorstep. The man down on defense. Ooh, DeAndre Hodges. Put a stun token there. And let's check and see if he's injured. On a 1. Nope, he is not injured. Merely stunned. But that doesn't help Denver's chances of keeping Orlando out of the end zone right here, as they're about to take a commanding lead. And we go to the event chart. That's going to be an E6. Flag, minor penalty on the team with a lesser power factor, they're equal. Therefore, offsetting penalties and repeat the down. Okay. Here we go again. That offsetting penalty ultimately works in Orlando's defense because it really just wastes time and they've got the lead. So, all right, defensive diamond, Samir McCoy. One versus 4, run versus pass, -2 on this. Run, pass. All right, Denver needs a play. Can Samir McCoy do it? Oh, it looks like he can. 1. Run, pass, and 1. The runner. Is he a 2 or a 3? Well, we know he's not because they have no runner that is a 2 or a 3. Zavon Flowers has a 3 and X, but that doesn't apply here. So, therefore, he is going to run into his blocker, no gain. Samir McCoy secures the tackle, stops them near the goal line. And I'm going to put number 93 down for the stop. I forgot to write down Wade's stop earlier. Let me go ahead and get that number 59. So he made the stop on Denver earlier with the sack and all that. Okay, so McCoy gets credit for that stop. Orlando is held out of the end zone. 9 more points they tack on, though, and it is 23-0. Denver better get going. We're near the midpoint of the game. Remove the stun token for DeAndre Hodges. And off we go. Ronnie Franks, key player. Oh, it's going to go to the event chart. 1, E1. Flag on the defense. Personal foul. And we have an offensive player down. That is going to advance Denver. The random player down is Ben Finley. Man, so he must have got kicked or something. Elbowed, laying there on the ground. Checking for injury. He is merely stunned. Took one for the team. Defensive key player, Jaheim Warner. 6 and 5. This is X versus X -2. Uh-oh, 3. Handoff, no gain. Jaheim Warner is going to trip up, probably Ethan Dyer on that play. Number 22 on the stop, and he is also stunned, possibly injured. On a 1, he'll be injured. Oh, he is injured. Whoa. I better write that down. Jay Warner. Number 22, injured. Just to remind myself, I can't put it here, right? Because that sticks for the rest of the game. So I got to put it over here on the home defense, their star defender. But in taking on that injury and putting himself in that situation. He stops Denver, holding them to 2 points. It's 23-2 as Orlando gets the ball back again. Another long drive here could pretty much put this away. But will they do it? That's what we need to know. Offensive star player, Zach Hardy. That's a pretty good start. Pass and X. All right, we're on the pass X chart. +3 on this play. 8. His X rating, this has a qualifier on it, or a lookup. Is it 1, 2, or 3? It is, and so therefore it's complete for 2 points. And he is going to go to Deming on that play. 2-point game, Deming. Speaking of Deming, he is now the key player right here. Pass versus X. Do you want to go deep versus X? Let's go deep versus X. Zach Hardy's going to call for the audible and try to hit Deming deep. So this is deep X. We're going to be down here on this chart. And Deming is going to add +1 on this roll. 7. That's kind of risky. Deep X, complete for 3 points. It's a wobbling pass and a great catch by Deming. 30 yards downfield, and Orlando has crossed midfield. As they continue to move the ball, Denver, who can be a really good defense at times, is not showing it right now. Defensive choice. Well, let's go with Damian Irvin. 4 and 5. That's going to be pass versus pass, -2 in this case. All right, Irvin, can you make the play? Number 58, I think he's going to, it's down to 1. Nobody open. Quarterback is sacked. Irvin is in there. Write that down as a sack. 58. Damian Irvin in on the play and a 1-point loss. He's the second star for Denver. So he's going to get credit for a impact point as he backs him up. Denver held to 4 here. So their drives have been diminishing. Went touchdown, then they went all the way to the 9 zone. And this time only 4. So Denver's maybe turning this around, but is it going to be too little too late? At any rate, good play there by Irvin. Maybe that'll get them going. They're not out of this just yet. Offensive choice. Bryson Parrish is my man here. Looking for an R or an X play. 3-3. Ooh, no, it's a pass play. So that did not work out for me. Bryson Parrish adds nothing to this play. Oh, no. Terrible roll. Pass. And same thing, right? Nobody open. The quarterback is sacked. -1 sack, and who is across from Parrish? It's Kareem Farrell, number 92, is going to get in there for the sack because Parrish did not handle his man. My goodness. That, my friends, is a safety. So that's going to be 1 impact point for this diamond player for Orlando. and a couple bonus points for the safety. So, big play right there. That may have sealed the deal. Orlando is going to start the next drive in zone 2 as a bonus. That's how we treat safeties here in grid ball. So another 0 goes up for Denver. They've scored 2 points on 3 drives so far, as where we got 27 points now for Orlando. 27-2 as Orlando has the ball again. Denver has to have a defensive play, and they need it fast. It's going to be the offensive star, George Johnston, as the key player. 4 and 3. It's pass versus pass, so he's going to add his big old +3 rating. Ooh, man. Is the quarterback a 1, 2, or 3? Of course he is. Zach Hardy, best quarterback in the league. Complete for 5 points as the defender stumbles. And that's going to get him all the way out to zone 7 on a 5-point gain. That is 150 yards or 15 points for George Johnston in this game. And he is putting on a show. Him and Hardy. Things are just going Orlando's way here. He comes up again. Same scenario. Oh, we're going to go to the event chart with a 6. We had that result before. That's going to be offsetting penalties. Now, we're going to have Zach Hardy as the key player. 5 and 6. Pass versus X. 5 plus 3, 8. Complete for 2 points. That could be anybody catching that one. Yeah, but it's George Johnston. Who else? Who else would it be? All right. Need to fix that. There we go. So once again, for the 3rd time in 4 drives, Orlando is right up against the goal line again. Denver with their backs to the wall. And this is going to be a complete blowout if they punch it in here. Let's see what happens. Defender, Johnny Franks. He's got a +2 run rating. Maybe that'll count for something. Run versus pass. Run versus pass. So we're going to take his -2. 8. That's going to be enough, isn't it? Is the rusher a 3? No, he's not. It doesn't matter who it is on Orlando. We know that's not the case. So it is going to be a potential 2-point gain. In this case, a 1-point gain and a touchdown. Who scores it? Who gets the carry on that run play? It is, of course, Zavon Flowers. Touchdown. Another 14 points tacked on. And what does that get us to? 31, 41-2. Wow. Orlando making a statement here saying, hey guys, we got off to a little bit of a slow start in the first month, but this Denver bunch on top of the standings is not what they think they are, as they are getting crushed here. All right, Denver. Now, at this point, just trying to save face. 3-6 PX. Probably hear my phone going off. Forgot forgot that's interrupting my concentration here. So let's see, that's going to be 8 on the PX chart. Complete for 1 point. I'll go ahead and give that to Church. Jaheim Warner is 0'd out. He is injured. He's actually not even in the game. So this is going to be John Smith filling in for him. 4-1 makes it easy. In this case, PX versus R. So they're going to go pass versus run. They'll take that matchup on the audible. 0 is the modifier. This is our chart. 8. Not bad. Complete for 4 points. Beautiful diving catch. And we're going to give that to Jalen Church because he's on that side of the sheet. So Church, getting some garbage yards maybe. But at least trying to save face a little bit, as George Johnston has completely dominated on the other side of the field over there by comparison. All right, that gets us into crunch time. Denver going with hurry up. Ian Joyce is the key player. 2 and 6. Run versus X. Oops, I take that back. Hurry up. Pass versus X. Pass versus X. Yeah. Let's see. So the question is, do I want to go deep? From midfield? I don't think so. I mean, we could hit them fast. And why not? Deep X. It's desperation time, right? So I'll scratch out that P. I'll go deep X. -2. Roll the wrong dice. -2. Oh, look at that. That worked out really well. So deep X, and it's going to be 10 is the final result. Complete for 5 points. Laser pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, and touchdown. What do you know? Laser pass deep down the middle. Lance Ingram throws that with anger. And he is going to, who is the key player? Is Ian Joyce, wasn't it? Yeah. So I'll roll for it. 3 receptions is Church. Big old bomb of a touchdown to Jalen Church. And Denver shows a little moxie here at the end. It is 41-16 now, as Orlando is going to get the ball and they're going to eat the clock. And I need to go retrieve the die that I threw. All the phone ringing is kind of messing with my concentration here. All right. Titus Deming. They're in ball control mode. And 6 and 2. XR. Nine. Pass complete for 3 points on an easy route. We're going to credit that to Deming. This should be it. And another offensive key player, Zach Hardy, here to finish the game. Ball control, run versus run. He is a 2. And it comes up a 9, 10, 11. 2-point gain. Takes on the defender with a hard finish. Wow, boy, Zach Hardy out there being kind of silly, showing some bravado to pick up 2 final points. Finish that drive with 5 points, and making the total, the final score, 46-16. Wow, not what I expected. All right, so points-wise, there's 10, 15, 16, 17 points for Johnston, 5 for Deming, and that makes 22 for Hardy, and then 80 or 8 more points for Flowers. I still keep thinking in yardage because I've been doing it for so long. All right, and then let's see. That was a 5 there, 9. Shepard, Dyer, okay. So 10 points for Church, 1 for Shepard, nothing for Dyer. Did I miss that somewhere along the way? Maybe I did, I don't know. I'll have to go back through my game log. 46-16 is the final, as Denver now falls to 3-2. Orlando now steps up to 3-2, and the standings are getting more interesting. And that's it from Orlando. We'll bring you another game of the week in week 6 whenever I get around to it. All right, see ya.